Hi, chat. How you doing today? Hello, Guinea. I have officially become a retro streamer by playing Broken Sword. I used to see, I put it in the tweet, but I used to see ads for these like all the time. Broken Sword, Gabriel Knight. God, like for the longest time, I was thinking that the ad I saw for Gabriel Knight was actually for Broken Sword because they were all fucking blonde haired protagonists in these point and click adventure games, weren't they? But yeah, like I've never played these. I played a bit of Monkey Island, and that's like the best I can say. But moving on. Hi, Hordian. Robbie, is there a way to access my future games list? Um, Honestly, that's a lot of fucking games to compile, and that we're just talking PC. Uh, like I would have to like think what about emulation for the stuff I own but I don't have a capture card for. I'll think about it. That's a huge time endeavor. And Kisuna, how are you doing today? But yes, today we are playing Broken Sword. You slept at 10 a.m. That's... Is that good? Bad? I am learning that, See, I didn't really get a chance to test this today because I was busy with other things. So, I'm learning a bunch of things right now with the volume settings. Please tell me if it's, like, too loud or something. Maybe just a list of system requirements that I can, what I can play and stream. Yeah, I could probably set up. Ooh, it's finding a balance between what's too loud for me and what the stream can hear. That's what I'm messing around with right now. Because I'm a very good streamer and tested this out. Yeah, I can probably put my PC specs somewhere down, you know, under the stream. uh, it's, I mean, it's a prefab PC, so there's not a lot of it that's like, that's hard to find or like special or different. Are my own volume and capture volume not separate? It's just pulling straight from desktop audio. I can't get it to capture the volume separately. Believe me, I've tried. But, you know, if you've got other suggestions, I will take them, Guinea. You have a calculus test to do that's due tomorrow. Ooh, good luck with that, Hordian. Alright, I guess what's gonna happen is we're gonna play and we're gonna figure this out as we go, because isn't that how this always works? Anyway, there was a live con in Japan you wanted to watch. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's early. I think, for you, maybe. But that makes sense. I did start a little bit just to test out the capturing. But other than that, I haven't played any of this at all. So let's get started. How are you doing today,
Paris.
Tankology?
City of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death. I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No
Pierre
photos, so
Carchon.
leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
No.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her
Yeah, that 3D.
reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose.
Another Ming vase.
Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Collard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
All right, that was a long opening cutscene. That was actually added for the director's cut version, which we are playing. The original version just jumped you straight into Paris as a character that we will meet later. Hi, Puck. How you doing? Don't you just hate when you get attacked by a mime? Let me scroll up a little in chat. I didn't want to interrupt the cutscene too much. You can put your own volume to any extreme, and the desktop audio on Streamlabs won't change. It might be a Streamlabs thing. I use OBS, just plain old OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS. Tangology is doing well. You just had your last day of class. Well, congrats on that. I mean, yeah, finals and projects, but you had the last day of class. That's important too. If you're getting vibes from edutainment point-and-click games, this game was originally released in 1996. So it it definitely is from a similar era. And this scene was actually added in the re-release version. Let me go and double check when that re-release version was. In the re-release version, which was... ...2009, apparently. But not before like a PlayStation, the Game Boy Advance version was released. So, you know, this thing has been around the block. This is not the main character, Guinea. You love old point and clicks. Great, we're gonna watch me get very frustrated by good old adventure logic. But as far as weird vibes go, honestly, it was like a toss-up until like about the last minute. But all the games I had on deck today were basically murder games of one sort or another. There was this. There was Whispers of a Machine. I actually also have D4, the sweary game that will never be finished. So we had all sorts ready. Let's start by checking the room. Nico's not going to just stand around and do nothing. I mean, she's standing around doing nothing now, but...
A bust of Pierre Cauchon, humble servant of La France.
Actually, yeah, no, I thought I had... See, here's the problem with the game. The game does not actually offer you many options. I thought there were subtitles on, but no, it's just whatever's already there.
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
You finally thought of a game to recommend. Well, Robbie, that's what the point reward is for. You may also want to take a look at the new costs for #rigged. Alright, bookcase had obscure editions. These are busts of the dead dude because he's really fucking egotistic,
Pierre
apparently.
Cauchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room.
Ooh.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job.
It was done by a pro.
I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
And yet she'll keep her fingerprints all over the place.
The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket, and took it with him.
But that statue, that was like right there. You could have climbed up that. Look, Nico, it's like right to your right.
Must have used a ladder
Like right
to
here.
reach the
Come
window.
on. Fine. Don't pay attention to me or anything. You've seen more options in a virus-filled mid-2000s Flash game. Yeah, they didn't really do all that much updating when they did that.
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before, and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him.
Well, here's a hairpin.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Only 3,000 points more and you can do both? You certainly can.
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Yep, we're just getting our fingerprints all over the place.
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
That's an interesting, that's an interesting thing to remind you of an old boyfriend. There's cheese in his pocket?
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
You couldn't just have left the ticket in the pocket. Nico, please. It looks like Bob Dole. Why the costume killer and not the mime killer? I wish I could tell you. I do not know. So here we have our notebook, where we can check the notes that I will never check. Relaxing in bath when I was disturbed by phone call. Was that really important to add, Nico? And we can check our inventory item. Doesn't seem like there's any use for the hairpin or the ticket right now. The notebook has some nice Times New Roman going on. Look at that perfect serif. Perfect serif handwriting.
Carchon had been shot.
No shit.
Carchon had been shot.
I guess that's it. I feel like we've checked everything in this room. The game at least does the adventure game convention of like showing you hotspots when you're near and changing the cursor to match.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them.
So you're just gonna touch everything. This lady is wise.
A medieval pageant. Original, no doubt. The tapestry must have cost a fortune.
Handkerchief. We're picking up the handkerchief.
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
So we're just gonna go ahead and steal shit?
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Alright. This seems obvious.
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff.
Is that a flashlight?
Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
That's the wrong reasoning. It's a lightsaber. She doesn't care if she undermines the investigation. CSI one-liner, throw on the sunglasses. Puck, you're also banned. It must have cost a fortune. The accent is really heavy-handed. I won't lie.
A magnificent antique table. It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Did you just fucking steal a tube of paint from a widow? Your years of being forced to watch CSI Miami has served you well. Hey! If there's gotta be some good that comes out of that.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Yeah, fucking shit, lady, right? You just went and... So this is the room where he was in.
The door was locked.
Yeah, the game acknowledges it's looting at least.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
You could tell her that. She's just a bitch to all the ladies because her husband's a giant flirt. It's not exactly her fault.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Oh, that's funny. So we can ask about conversation subjects by clicking them, like the inventory items, or about the people, I guess. She told us we could take it. Yeah, but it's not the best time to be like taking paint and shit.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Ouch. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Look at how evil this mime looks.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
That's fair. I wonder what she'll have to say about her hair clip.
Would you like to see my favorite hair clip?
What a ridiculous question. Of course not.
Huh. Another time, I guess.
This is going to be our attorney's badge from Ace Attorney.
So, her husband took secret boat trips. Did she really need to see the ticket?
It's nice that it grays out when it's done. Oh, can we maybe check that one again?
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
We can go angel or we can go devil. That's amazing. What are we doing, chat? Paragon. It's so blatantly angel and devil too, with the halo and the horns. And Jesus, her eyes, like even the irises of her eyes, the whites of her eyes are red. Renegade. Paragon, holy off Paragon. That's renegade, Guinea. If you're invoking the elder god. I guess we have 2 Paragon and 3 Renegades, so we're doing the devilish thing, huh? What would Conrad do? Conrad would be a dick. Conrad would be a renegade in the name of being a paragon.
I certainly don't let it get in the way of a good story.
I admire your loyalty to your profession.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Well, here we go again. Paragon or Renegade? God, is that going to be a hit for this now? Conrad would claim to be a paragon and then be completely useless and get drunk at a... He would, wouldn't he? He claimed to be a paragon, and then because he's a paragon, that means he deserves to be rewarded for his hard work. So keep those drinks coming. Bedevil her. When I let chat take the reins, chat goes evil.
Because you have no choice. The police will take weeks, in which time your own life may be in
shit,
danger.
are we threatening her?
What?
Believe me, this killer has struck before, and he will strike again. Who is to know that you are not next on his list?
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
I think perhaps you do have a moral sense. Of sorts. You're not a very good liar, Nico Collard, and I share your low opinion of the police. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
Surprise bonding session! We never got to ask her about the rest of the stuff. Let's ask her about it.
Madame Cachon,
Please call me Imelda. We hardly need the formalities now, do we?
Let's ask her about the paint.
The last thing she needed to talk about was paint.
Don't ask me about the paint.
Imelda might not have been so cool with me poking around if I'd shown her the key I'd found.
Oh, it's a key! It ran out, Guinea.
Thank you. You have your own reason for taking the cloth. Please keep it.
She's being very nice about that.
I needed to open the drawing room door before giving Imelda back the key.
did Monsieur Cachon say nothing to you about my father?
No, I'm sorry. He never mentioned him.
I was sure that there was more to find. I just had to keep looking. There was no one I needed to phone. Not until I had solved this case.
Twitch likes to lower the quality to 480p on the random for you? That's interesting. The one time I get quality options and it lowers automatically.
The door was locked.
Oh, you had to actually use a key. That's right, it's that kind of game.
Now we were getting somewhere.
Well, is that a light switch? We have a light switch. We have a painting. We have a sofa. We have something on the desk. Let's go left to right.
I didn't need the lights on. It was light enough already. The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
In love with hunting dogs and friggin' long-ass rifles. Yeah, they're pointing at the dog. I don't like that. Ooh, nice Hordian. Pizza with homemade dough.
The painting was attached firmly to the wall. There was the very faintest of clicks.
And?
Behind the picture was a safe. The safe was locked. I needed the key.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. What is that? Looks like moldy cheese.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Cachon was past caring.
Robbie is redeeming the Blackwell legacy. So I've seen playthroughs of the entirety of the Blackwell series. That's not gonna be blind. I gotta give you the heads up. Also, I have Dave Gilbert as a friend on Facebook, like entirely out of nowhere.
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why.
Especially with gay guys. When was the last time I played? I haven't actually played it. I've seen playthroughs. So what I'm saying is that playthrough will not be blind. Yeah, that's what I'm warning you about, Robbie. I did in fact tell Dave Gilbert that I'd seen a playthrough of it, and he was not impressed that I had seen a playthrough of it.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Carchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Really? You're just gonna take a dead guy's thing because it's a memento of your dad? Okay.
I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank. The blotter was flat already. Rolling the cylinder across it would achieve nothing.
Why did... You're here for the reactions. Okay, yeah. Again, I don't know when I'll get to it, but...
The paint would have just soaked into the blotting paper. But the idea was good.
It is there. It is on the list. Clearly
Putting the paint straight on the cylinder would be too messy. The paint would go everywhere.
Oh, god damn it. I know what I'm trying to do here. Adventure game logic.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl. But also quite a clever one.
I was a very bad girl. And we're about to totally ruin this priceless artifact.
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated.
Uh-huh, and then we just stuck the wet artifact back in our jacket.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned. But what did it say?
I decided to take the apartment. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda. Clearly.
It was some kind of coded message. It read, sub judice. I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The Conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the Conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story.
Right.
It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
The Pulitzer? Also, it's making you long for your regular life of poverty?
Locked. Not surprising, really.
Use the key!
It didn't work, but I guess it would have been surprising if it had.
What good is the key? This slow movement, it might be.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask,
Don't worry. You were never here.
sub judice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
She was never there, but her fingerprints are all over the place. Also,
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
how is it that one conversation in which we said her life could be threatened without any basis, that made her like us enough to go on a first name basis and cover for our presence there? Like, if the police ask the editor, they're totally going to be like, yeah, I sent her there. He asked for her specifically, right before he died.
An old boyfriend of mine owned a barge once. Dampest relationship I ever had. In every way. The conciergerie. Former royal palace, prison and law courts. And also home to the busiest guillotine in the French Revolution.
So I went to Paris like about a year ago at this point. And it is very pretty. It also smells very much of piss. Because drunk Parisians, when they drunk, especially the drunk men, they just pee along the river up there.
The fence wouldn't move.
There's a lot of poop around the rivers. I would also believe that. Like, during the day, you can't really see much of a difference, but you can kind of smell it.
This fence wouldn't move either.
They say that's where the name Paris comes from. Paris derives from pee.
I wasn't leaving yet. I had a hunch there was more to find.
Why, yes, this gate here is pixelated.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
Do I do anything with that? No, I don't.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
What's the difference between a detective and a journalist? The journalist shares everything they learn with the world? Oh, joy, puzzle. I can move you right now. Not sure that helped me any, though. Yeah, that's not really that much help, huh? That is definitely not any help at all. do I get you anywhere else? I have no issues with the puzzles where you're supposed to rotate. I've gone ahead and gotten myself all mixed up already now. I have no issues with like the puzzles where you're supposed to push things around. So that, yeah, I can't drag you up or anything. Not sure this is really going to do me any good though. Like all I've done is just gotten myself trapped. And that one has to slot in there. Which means I need that to go down somehow. Ah, actually. Yay, I am a genius. I'm a fucking idiot.
One down, one to go.
Shit, what was I saying before I got distracted? Oh, yes. So, like, the puzzles where you have to switch things around, like one of those square puzzles. I don't remember what they're called, but, like, let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there's a blank space, and then you have to, like, switch things around so it's all in order or, like, in a certain place. Oh, okay, that's not good enough. I'm perfectly okay with those. But when it comes to, say, I guess I'm gonna have to move that, huh? But when it comes to, say, like this kind of puzzle, I have a teensy bit more of a problem. Just maybe. Uh-huh. No, so I'm gonna want to set all this free, but I'm also gonna want to shove that up and away. But how do that? How do I do that? These kinds of puzzles are the bane of your existence. Yes, that is a big mood for me. Okay. I have to get this one down somehow so I can bring that over. And bring these down so I can bring that up. Can I reset that way? Yes, yes I can. 4 or 6 of these in one room? Jesus, I have never played Zero Time Dilemma. I'm not sure I want to right now. If I can get that all the way here, great, but that leaves that stuck here. And I want to get these two up. Somehow. We're gonna have to do this, chat. There's no way we can get past this without figuring this out. Woe is me. Rip the tiles out. Yeah, if only. See, that's fine and dandy, but I need to get this block out somehow. Oh, okay. Wait, but no, I need this block up there. Like up there. That defeats the purpose. Table emote may be very appropriate right about now. And we're only... Jesus, we're barely an hour in. Like, I need this block up there. So I can slide it all the way. And send that one through. And then we can bring this over there and bring that back down. And then it should all go through. Thank you for the table emotes, chat. I appreciate the rage of solidarity. And you know what? When I finally figure out the answer, it's going to turn out to be surprisingly simple. But also fuck the game. Alright, that's one up. Kinda. The problem is that now it's stuck there. I can't bring it any further without moving that one over. Also, a friendly reminder that after table flipping, please reset the table. Table did nothing wrong. Also, you can't flip it again without you resetting it. What am I exactly trying to get out? Alright, here, let's reset this. This block here needs to be dragged all the way to the other side. You can see the end of it there. Thank you for resetting the table, Hordian. Now you can flip it again. In order to clear all that space, these two blocks need to go up in order for this to be able to get through to that side, so that this can come down, because this takes up 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and there's only 6 spaces. But because this also takes 3 spaces, like either way, it's going to be blocking... Let me move that all the way there. It's going to be blocking either one of these two or both of them. And this can't get through to the other side to let this long 3-piece block down without that. But spatial patterns and I are not good friends. Alright, that one's up. Great. But now we are all stuck here again. And the only thing I can do is basically move that back down, which is kind of pointless to me. I need it to go up. We're barely an hour in, and I'm already gonna have to use a walkthrough? Don't tell me that. I refuse. I refuse. I have pride. I have so much pride it fucking hurts. Yes, that kind of pride too. Get those rainbow colors out loud and proud. Oh fuck, I brought it back down. I was not supposed to bring it back down. No! Yes! There. 1.
Nothing like a good convent education for honing your lockpicking skills.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so very honored to be the person to open this gate. I'd like to thank chat and the rainbow. Pride was such a huge inspiration for me in being able to open this gate an hour into the game. Thank you all. I love you. Mwah! It did not look like Frogger. Yeah, I would have done fucking better at
junk.
Frogger.
That was one very sophisticated lock system. This place was definitely fishy, in more ways than one.
I would have done so much better at Frogger.
I really didn't want to pull the fence back up and risk trapping myself in this place.
Also, you're using the fence as a bridge. That's just what I was looking at. It's okay, Nico.
Oops.
What part of that was oops? That was a very intentional push.
An old shell case. I wondered what that was doing there.
Found a shell case underneath the rotting skiff. Weird thing to find in a grotto.
No handle, nothing obvious. But there had to be a way to open it. The words Sinister and Dexter were carved on either side. Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right. But what did it mean here?
Oh good, for a moment I thought they were gonna be like, you gotta do, you gotta have knowledge outside of the game. That said, here you are. Sinister and Dexter, right? SDSSDSS. S.
Nothing happened.
D.
Nothing happened.
S.
Nothing happened.
S.
Nothing happened.
D.
Nothing happened.
S.
Nothing happened.
Shut up, Nico.
Nothing happened.
Okay, fine. I thought I had that right.
Rolling out the painted cylinder had given me a print of a secret message. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of letters, S, D, S, S, D, S, S.
Thank you for clipping my acceptance speech, Robbie. That is an out of context clip I am proud to have. Pun totally unintended. That's interesting though. SDSS DSS. Am I supposed to slot something in there?
Nothing happened.
D.
Nothing happened.
Double S.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah, maybe I don't have it. But Sinister and Dexter are definitely left and right. I don't see anything else to check around here. Oh, wait, I can still check the skiff.
Moving a skiff would only damage it more.
I can't check the skiff. You know, we never returned the key to Imelda, huh? Whoops.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before.
Yes, we
The
established it was
cloth
from
was
this thing.
embroidered with an unusual symbol. Rolling out the painted
And it's
cylinder
also on here.
had given me a print of a secret message. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of letters, S, D, S, S, D, S, S.
Wonder if there's like something else around here I was supposed to check.
This
Definitely
fence
not
will...
that. Oh, good. I can cut her dialogue short.
The fence... And I wasn't...
Okay, so she won't let me leave.
An old boy...
But there's nothing from
The
there
con...
or that.
It was the old boathouse for the conciergerie. If I was right about the meaning of subjudice, then the answer had to lie somewhere here on the quayside.
No, if we can't get anything else, then it's gonna have to be something in our inventory. Nico, could you go at like a brisk jog? We're never gonna get world record this way. That's useless. Also useless. Hey, Koyos. How you doing? She will catch the mimes in her own time. It was not the elephant. Yeah, it's not anything we have. Stupid phone didn't tell you to start and you were watching Punchy. Hey, it's cool. Punchy is doing the HD collection, and that's a meme of its own. I cannot blame people for wanting to watch that shit show.
Rolling out
Okay,
it's red.
Okay. Nico, I would like you to shut up, but I would also like to see
It's
this
red.
thing.
Subjudice. Below it was a sequence of letters.
Like, it looks like a clock? Or a combination lock?
The hole was too small even for my little hand.
And it's not taking the key or the hair. Are you kidding me?
Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
Oh yeah, no, the game helpfully decided to tell us already that Sinister and Dexter are left and right. But I spent like minutes putting in this code to no effect because we didn't put the stupid cylinder in there. Or we tried, but it wasn't taking it. Left.
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position. It felt like tumblers in a safe.
Right.
Another click. Another step closer.
Left. I'm so very glad that her dramatic narration has stopped. There we go.
I love the sound of locks clicking open.
As do I. We solved the puzzle. But yeah, how you doing today, Koyos? Other than watching Punchy.
Ut lex vel ut next sumito. To the law or unto death, submit. I guess these people didn't believe in liberté, égalité, or fraternité. Yes, I'll admit it. I was a swot at school. I also wore lipstick and the nuns never knew.
Someone tell me what a SWAT is? I definitely did not have a good Catholic education growing up. Kind of a Hermione? That makes sense.
Oh my god! The slab came down with a hell of a force.
I guess we're stuck here.
With nothing to hold it up, the cross dropped back down again.
Oh, we're gonna do one of these things.
Lifting the cross closed the entrance door and also opened some kind of stone panel. Ingenious.
Informal British verb. Swat. Also swats, swatted, swatted, swatting. To study assiduously. Isn't Nico French? You have no idea what faith you are now? It happens. Apparently that was not the answer. She shrugged at me. Has she been shrugging like this entire time every time we fuck up on a puzzle? How to prop this open?
The panel wouldn't move.
In the United States, a SWAT team is a law enforcement unit which uses... It would be awesome if Nico were that. But no, she said SWOT. Thank you,
Moving
though.
the skiff would only damage it.
What else can I get to hold that thing up? At least she's not repeating nothing happened. I feel like both the nothing happened and the shrug is a mockery of me. I feel mocked, Nico Collard. I feel mocked. But yeah, it's... People change as they grow. I think... My dad considers himself Christian, and growing up, one of his co-workers would take me to a church. And the furthest they could get me into the Christian faith was a picture Bible. Like later on, I was a bit of a bookworm, so like I read like the actual Bible. I don't know if it's like the New James Version. Yeah, the New James Version. I would read that on my own, just like because it was a book. But I don't consider myself religious. How are we gonna get this thing up? With that, you're shrugging, please. Can I just sort of like chuck the elephant at the panel? It won't let me chuck things at the panel.
If I was going to get a closer look at the panel...
We know, Nico. Yeah, there are some good stories in the Bible. You were Christian as your mother forced you to go to church. I wasn't forced. It was more like this was an option that I was presented with. So when I said I didn't want to go to church anymore, my parents didn't make me. But the reason I didn't want to go to church anymore was because I wanted to sleep in on Sundays. She walked over there only to shrug at me. Seriously, yeah, Nico, what the fuck?
This wouldn't hold the close-up. But I was on the right track. I needed to use something sturdier.
Are you finally? No. What the hell? I don't have anything like sturdier.
This wouldn't. I needed...
Really? The shell casing?
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
The what? Hey, Dad, how you doing? Chat, I think we might need to get a counter of how many times I'm in disbelief over this game. You're sleepy.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
Nothing bad happened. Which is good. I was attached to my fingers. And the fingers have also been attached to her. Sleepy, is a mood. I haven't gotten any actual work done today. I had someone tell me, it's okay, it's a Friday, it's self-care day, but I've just been like really, really exhausted. Imagine if it had fit the fucking elephant. It's not taking anything. Oh, wait. It said slut. She said slot. Nico? Are you kidding me? Your family gave a fuck off to religion when you had barely nothing to eat, and the church guy had the audacity of asking for money to get the priest a new car. Yeah, that sounds like... That sounds like that church deserved a clean break. I'm glad your family does have food to eat now. Man. What a move from that church. You got work done, but you would rather been writing fic? Yeah, honestly, I didn't get any work done at all today, but it's not like I was actually doing anything else either. I've been like trying to get my time in the Ghost Runner demo down. On like my first time playing through, the first time I actually finished it was like, it took about 16 minutes. Now I have it down to under 6 minutes. So I want to make that faster. What is that? When I hold that up?
No.
No.
No. No. No. No.
It's...
No. 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 No.
Okay, fine.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. This slot.
Yes, but I don't think we have anything for it.
No way would I be able to force the door open.
We've tried everything in our inventory.
No.
The safe key and the room key don't combine. Think of all the evangelist megachurches and all the assholes that say, give us seed money and you get future happiness. Yeah, that's a thing with the world, isn't it? Evangelicals prey on Brazil especially? Oh, geez. But Brazil's pretty known for, like, wealth disparity. No offense, Hordian, but... Why the fuck would you prey on the poor? Go prey on the middle class. You know, better to not prey on anyone at all, but... It's designed to fit something specific, but I don't know what.
I removed the shell case.
It sure as hell is not the shell case.
This wouldn't hold the... I needed...
The elephant carving is sturdy. She does not accept it. Okay, no, so this is definitely for that, because this is how adventure games work. But then we still have to find something to go in this fucking slot. It's all power, you can still get money at the religious poor. It sucks, because poor people just want something to believe in. And also, like, the poor people are definitely more likely to donate. I think there was, like, a tweet I saw some time ago that was, like, poor people may have, like, 5 cents left in their saving account, but they will still buy you a beer. Rich people will charge you for the 5-cent interest of the 5 cents that you owe them. That kind of thing. And it really is true. Look at Igreja Universal del Reino de Dios. The fuckers are something between cockroaches and leeches. I will have to look that up, Hordian. Luckily, this game does not freak out entirely when I tab out. The Universal Church with the Kingdom of God. Oh, I see something about TV already. Cult-like illegal activities and corruption, including money laundering. Ooh, oh, okay, yay. Yeah, that's no good. Serious no good.
Which was this?
You were in Maine a couple of years ago and you saw a sign advertising a Brazilian evangelist church. That's interesting. Like specifically a Brazilian evangelist church. The churches are opulent as hell and the people who go there are generally from the slums. Yeah, that's not a great combination. I also would really like to know what the fuck I'm supposed to fit in this slot, because we don't have anything that'll go in that slot. We just have her shrugging at us. And before, when we checked it, I've propped up the cross, but what now? Yes. Yes. In fact, what now, Nico?
Rolling out the painted cylinder, it read.
Doesn't seem like it's
the cloth was in. The cloth was embroidered.
I don't see anything else in this room that I can examine. And we tried everything. Maybe I have to take that fucking stone cylinder out. Could you imagine?
I removed. Ut lex vel ut next.
That's nothing different.
I removed the stone.
I had to take the stone cylinder out. Are you kidding me? Shell casing. You've met some nice priests and nice churches who do really good community work, but they're really rare. There are at least 2 churches per neighborhood there in Brazil. That's unfortunate that like with that many churches, the people who actually want to help the communities is rare. Oh, something opened.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life, but whatever had been triggered had now jammed. The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
To prise the door open? Trusty hairpin, go!
I was going to need something a lot stronger than a hair clip to free the door.
Trusty hairpin, you have failed us. I don't think we have. It might have to be grab the fucking shell casing again. If that resets everything.
I removed. The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
No, not the key.
The gap was too...
The ticket doesn't seem like the right one. Yeah, she shrugs at us.
No. No. The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
Thin enough to pry the door open. Oh, you're from Argentina. That's cool technology. 20 churches in your city according to Google Maps, Hordian. Wow. Is it like... Sorry, like you don't have to share too much information if you don't want to. Is that a large city or... 4 in your neighborhood? Okay, that's definite. Wow.
I was going to...
Stronger than a hair clip to free the door.
The gap was too narrow.
I don't think the blotting paper is it. Yeah. I don't like adventure logic puzzles, chat.
No. No.
There is no logic to adventure puzzles. Like, zero. None. It's just straight up bullshit. I am, in fact, looking up what the solution to this puzzle is, because fuck this. Jesus, there's a Big Fish Games walkthrough of this? Oh! Fucking adventure game logic! Visually, this reminds you of Where in the World Carmen Sandiego, but not, is Carmen Sandiego, but not. I can see that. Where in the world is what fits inside the slot? You all are gonna hate this with me. You all are gonna fucking hate this. We crushed
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
We crushed the fucking shell case. Under the door. Carmen Sandiego would be a nice game to watch. The problem is finding a good copy of Carmen Sandiego. But you still have to put it there to hold it up so that you could go put the fucking stone cylinder that you were supposed to take out of the lock from the outside in there, so that opens up this panel. And then you take the crush case, and that's what you use to open this. I'm not built for adventure games. I'm not built for adventure games if this is already giving me this much trouble. You've seen worse. Hitchhiker's Guide game had some asinine stuff that you had limited tries on. I feel like the old King's
Another
Quest.
good use for a shell case. Another secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for?
The old King's Quest games, I feel like, were also very similar to that. There was a flashy red light there. Nico, go back. There's a fucking flashy red light there at the door.
Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
Well, we're gonna go back and look at the flashy red light thing. You haven't played it since grade 5, so like about 1999. It's really hard to get like the good old games that we used to play, isn't it? I'm built for memes, not puzzles.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day.
Look at these giant spider webs in the corner. Like the game I really loved as a kid was Legend of the Zumbinis. But the version on Steam apparently breaks on a certain puzzle, which is no fun because you want to play all the puzzles, right? And like all the versions I've found around the web did not work with my laptop. Actually, now that I have a full-on computer, I could try messing around with that. Did I ever play the Titanic Adventure Out of Time game? I did not, but I did watch someone else play through it. That game is a ridiculous mess. And the person I watched play through it got like as many endings as they could.
A door like that always has something important behind it. I had to find a way to unlock it. That wasn't going to help.
Okay. Lots of San Diego / Zumbini stuff on the Internet Archive. Yeah,
I
one
wasn't
of the
going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
one of the installers I was trying to use for Zumbinis, I got off the Internet Archive.
The flags had faded, but their message was still pretty clear.
But like it wasn't
Fascist regalia, a message of hate.
Thank you, Nico. Why does that look like it was blinking over there? But yeah, the installer I got off the Internet Archive was not working for me. Are you talking about the flags again?
The flag.
You're talking about the flags again. I get the joke, but I can't read it out loud on stream, Hordian, because it's a pain to read those things without the T's. You had it as a kid and it freaked you out purely because they made faces that looked like people were there. It was a certain level of uncanny valley. Titanic Adventure Out of Time.
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk.
You were playing a lot of Windows 3.1 games while at work. I won't tell anyone if you don't tell anyone that my attempts at Ghost Runner speedrunning today during my lunch break went a little long.
The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone moldy. It wasn't more than a day old.
Clean your fucking cups, people. Oh. This is us. This is us.
Oh my god. The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate. But come on, guys. I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big. And organized. I was part of it. And people were getting murdered.
Why the fuck do they have your waist size, Nico? I could tell from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk. But mostly the dust. I was speedrunning and didn't share it with stream. I could play Ghost Runner on stream, but it's literally a demo. It is a free demo you can get on Steam right now. It's like cyberpunk parkour Mirror's Edge with a katana. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that page URL for you guys. The demo took me about, I think I was saying it earlier, the demo took me about like 16 minutes to complete, but that was up after like a couple of false starts where I had to quit the game in the middle of playing it and then get back to it. So, you know, I got accustomed to the controls and stuff. And right now my time is down to under 6 minutes. But all the leaderboards with intended strats are like under 5 minutes, so that's where I had to get to.
This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume, a penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only
that's why
link
it's a
between the two
costumed killer.
murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon?
Was Carchon also not a do-gooder? Every time she says Carchon, you hear cochon. Yes, Titanic Adventure Out of Time was. You played the whole game, but you were triggered by the Uncanny Valley, but you beat it, and you never played it again except from a certain save. The way the game gave you timed events, I thought was particularly annoying when I was watching someone play. Oh, cochon is pig in French. Who's to say he wasn't a pig? Fucking womanizer. But your sister was obsessed with the Titanic as a kid, so you found the faces of the people in the game in the books and, ooh, that... I could see that being a little bit creepy. I think that's all we've got from this desk. But there's like... What else is there? Oh, drawer. Desk drawer.
Inside the drawer, I found a note written in some kind of code.
Okay. Adventure games and their puzzles. This note has been written using a substitution cipher. This means that a different symbol has been used to represent each letter of the alphabet. Hooray. To crack the code, you must correctly respond all symbols to their corresponding letters, highlight a symbol, then highlight the corresponding letter. Make a mistake, click on the go back button to step back, or you can reset the whole puzzle by clicking on the reset button. There's a fucking reset button? Oh, okay, there's a reset button for this puzzle. I was like, where was it when I needed it for the lock? If this was Pigpen, you could just read it for me. I think the game won't let us proceed until we solve it either. So, always start with the vowels. Or at least the most common letters. I take a hangman approach to this. I'm gonna assume that this U character is an E. Give you a W. Maybe it's not an E. Maybe it is this character there. Like, you probably get an idea of what I'm trying to do with this. Look at the right? You mean this thing, Hordian? This is the reset button. C-O... No, this can't be cochon. I think it's the one that looks like the backwards E is the E. Alright, like this? Wait, no. There we go. So then this would be end. Which is the one that looks like that? Means something like that? Bottom right. Oh, this one. So this might be C then. If I can find it. Like there are multiple I'm gonna assume that's an O. But that doesn't make sense then. That has to be That has to be a vowel though, because it's a double. But OEO does not make sense here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that it's 2 and 2. So I'm gonna take away that E for the moment. And take away the S as well. We also have this, which is probably a double vowel, but it can't be. E, huh? Unless O-E-E-O is the one that looks like a tsu is maybe F. That has to be an L. And that's a W. Hey, Haru. Yeah, it feels like you would see a C here, but we tried that earlier. How you doing today? Streamers don't know about your YWW. The funny N is H. Are you referring to this thing, Hordian? Or this thing? Yes, you are referring to that thing. The leaf thing is U, so full. That thing. This has to be a vowel, this weird thing here. But E? And then this thing is N, maybe? No, that's not it. Oh, wait, no, I know what that is. This is I, and that is S. And that must be a B. Full, that's probably report. So I can fill in the rest. There we go, Pierre. Full report to follow, but this is too urgent. Hey. Get back there. This one. To wait. Arno and... They said it was a Japanese name. The back arched cat is an A. Oh, okay, no, I got that one already. Thank goodness these French conspirators are deciphering in French. Can you imagine? Yamada might be it, yeah. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. This could be anything.
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
It could have been any letter.
I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't?
X as in chew. Yes, love and kisses. Because we are French. That is how we do things, right? Right. Alright, I don't want to look at the flags anymore. If I walk further back, can we examine the map? No, we can't examine any of this. People use X to hide identities. Yeah, but like I was thinking it could be an initial. Like you know how M uses just M. X is also how people that don't know how to write sign their names. Racer X.
Turning the lights off wasn't going to help.
We don't need to be here anymore. I think we got... Oh wait, no, we did not get everything. That's right. We had this thing to deal with.
That wasn't going to help.
You're only familiar with X for a kiss. That is the most common usage. It is.
A door like that always has
XO,
something
XO.
important behind it. I had to find a way to unlock it. That wasn't going to help.
Can you tell me what this is, though? Apparently, we cannot pick the lock. This is too dusty, so it has nothing, she
I
said.
wasn't going to find...
Just stand here. Yeah, stand right there so I can go look at the rest of the room. We don't want to look at the flags. The flags are fastest. We already established that. Oh! Hello there.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens?
No, because that means there's something in there.
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village, and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Carchon's to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Yes. Take a picture in front of a corpse. That is excellent. Do all point and clicks have silly moon logic?
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Of course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends, powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
End the conversation.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
It's such a weird period piece where the openly philanderous media mogul is a national hero. Yes, most point-and-click adventure games do have silly moon logic. I got cut off.
Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
No
People
choice.
complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted.
Clown! Please! Oh, okay.
As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was gonna do. I was gonna find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that, and the money, of course.
Right. So, Guinea asked earlier, Nico is not our main protagonist. This is George. I think his name is George Stoddard. He looks a little like James from Silent Hill 2. And he is our main character. All that stuff that we had just before, that's only in the director's cut. We are now actually playing Shadow of the Templars as the original release intended. Don't criticize adventure games until I try to bake cookies in Still Life. Isn't Still Life like a shooty game? Or am I confusing it with something else? She saw a murder, got punched in the face, and now she's getting scared? Woman has guts. Yeah, no, the woman's only scared now. Like, it's not like she found a secret conclave under, like, on the banks next to the Parisian River or anything, right? Such a weird period piece where a roadside cafe bombing can be realistically expected but not a major incident. Right? Like, my go live notification for this is shut up. It's basically stop. Everyone's already done the American in Paris joke before. Like, not worth doing this. You could call it an AU Phoenix, right? What is this? I assume that's what we're supposed to look at.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
What is with the sudden audio quality change?
The column was devoted exclusively to rumor, gossip, and sensationalism.
That's such an audio quality difference.
The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman. I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read, Salah Eddin, 1345.
And you'll notice we don't have Nico's notes anymore. We now have George's notepad. My long overdue vacation in Paris. This is the life. Drinking coffee, enjoying the sunshine, and the ladies. And then, whoa, the cafe just exploded. Exploded! Where did he get the time to write all this? That's like the original voice acting from like 96. Tries to stop watching Silent Hill. There's no point in doing that now. Yeah, there is no point in doing that now. Still Life is not a shooting game? Huh. It isn't. I just always assumed it was a shooting game because the box art is literally a lady holding a gun up to your face. Thank you for the hydrate. The hydrate chain. He saw the clown leave the bomb. Apparently, he was a little busy being annoyed by the clown. There was a sequel to Still Life?
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
Well, he has more sense than Nico, at least. Well, no, let's go back out there for a bit. What else do we have out here? We got some construction worker in the back. It doesn't look like there's anything else to look at, so... Hi, my dude.
Please, hold it right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
No, I would simply like to ask you some questions.
I just
En
want to
avant,
talk to the construction
le
worker
café.
there.
Marche.
I guess not. Shit.
What a mess.
I should
This
have looked at
bombing
it
is
first.
an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
This
Et maintenant, to business. Your
This
name,
audio quality.
please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of
yes.
year.
The fall
no?
leaves, the
Yeah,
bombs.
I guess so. Apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
It's not angel or devil anymore. It's thumbs up and thumbs down. Alright, chat. Do we like? Do we dislike? Do I like pure puzzle games? I do play them from time to time. I play them for, especially now that I'm working from home, I play them, like, instead of solitaire. Being American isn't the best call of innocence. It is not. Being American is actually worse. Yeah, bruh. Nah, bruh. There is no reaction. I like that the light bulb on top is just zapping in the back. Anyway, let's do a thumbs up.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
It's Nowhere the Clown. The evil, evil clown. Have I ever played Antichamber? No, I have not. Robbie's all for the clown.
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the American statement. A clown with an accordion, no doubt an elaborate and eccentric disguise.
Very well. Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
Oh, he's such an American.
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened...
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Hey, you look familiar, lady. Stay away from clowns. Yeah, that seems like good safety advice. She's gonna walk right past us. Can we just ignore Nico? Is she gonna loop around back here? Yeah, he did say the clown wasn't interested in him. I just find it hilarious that he's like, what about my personal safety? Fucking American.
Sergeant Moo?
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure. I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No.
He's an
he
American.
Just
He
grinned
doesn't give a
and
shit
nodded.
about authority.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
Like this makes sense, yeah? But also, damn, you American, you're sticking your nose into everything even though it's not your business.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans
Oh,
say.
that's a bad
Once
combination.
he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
That was a bad term to use. Giving her the once-over.
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the clown? I don't think so. Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Look,
Well,
I got
I'm
your
glad to
boss's
talk
business
with him,
card.
But I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Ah, no, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
I got your boss's business card. Let me show it off to you. Oh, it won't let me
See you
get
later,
more than once.
Sergeant.
Alright, let's talk, Nico. No, come here. That's right, James. I mean, George.
Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Already
Yep, that's
hitting on
right.
someone new.
On vacation in Paris. Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account, minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris.
He-
You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
It's such an
I'll just stick to the
American.
facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown. It's him again.
Such an American. You could interview me. Sensational journalism.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Plantard. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. How did Plantard get your name?
Through the newspaper, La Liberté. I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy, the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Plantard said he could supply me with more information. Well, somehow the clown must have known about our appointment.
I do want to punch him too. She's trying way too hard. He's angling.
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Rosso? Our paths have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Rosso? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic powers.
That guy is weird.
Yeah.
That guy's weird.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
I have plenty of time. I don't. Yeah, could you shrug at him, Nico?
Why won't you tell me about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen,
That's usually
I'll
reason
give
to
you my
not.
phone number. You help me with my story and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine. I'll see you soon.
Wait, no, lady, come back, lady, come back. We haven't shown you the newspaper yet. Met a very cute photojournalist called Nico Collard. She works for La Liberté, some kind of newspaper. She knew something about whoever planted the bomb, but wasn't giving much away. But she did give me her number. Hey, Green. How you doing today? You don't want to punch George in the face. It reminds you too much of yours. George is not quite so annoying. Sorry, George is more annoying, is what I mean to say.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah! I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
Your family keeps fighting. I'm sorry to hear that.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
No!
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tcha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no?
What?
Ah, what's this? Salah-ed-Din running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is.
Right, so those are...
Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
I'm not sure if that's friendly or something else. What have the dolphins done for me lately, huh? Dolphins can't pay taxes. Keep an eye on that hole. Well, we're gonna keep an eye on some tools
I
in the
found a
toolbox.
key-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
That's an interesting sudden uplift in music. Why is... okay. Oh, it's a phone!
Hello, Nico Coulard.
Hello? It's George.
Oh, hi.
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
You found nothing.
No.
Look, I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any news, okay?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
See you.
This game was put out in '96. It is quite a game. But George, we have to keep an eye on the hole. George.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door. The door was securely locked.
George, please. Hole. Shrug. Can we pogo stick? No. I guess we can go back this way. Yeah, I'm clearly not watching that hole. Look, I have left the hole. Oh, we can go there. That would be leaving the hole, but we could go here. We have left the hole.
The clown had fled into this alley, but there was no sign of him now. I was intrigued by Nico and what she could tell me about the explosion.
There's a lot of things to look at.
I took a deep breath and prepared to
Oh
climb the
no,
drain
no,
pipe.
no you don't. I
guess
told
the
you,
clown had an escape over the rooftops.
you broke the drain pipe. Now all their pea water's just gonna come out of the hole.
I decided I'd had enough of messing with that drain pipe.
I guess nothing. Yes, let us search the trash.
It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Angry cat. We got an angry cat. Yeah, that pipe, like, it goes back into the wall, like, at these things. We broke the pipe, so we had a bad end. The game is ruined. We destroyed public property in Paris.
I'd had it with sticking my nose into French trash cans.
But George, there's one here, too.
There was nothing of interest.
Alright, we got a manhole cover.
The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
And that's why we stole a tool. You could try climbing this pipe, George. Right here, it actually leads to something. He found the one tool that
I
could
lifted
help
the
him.
cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Fuck, we get a sewer level already? Really? I wasn't told this was gonna be a horror game. It's the catacombs. I've been to the catacombs. I also nearly killed myself at the catacombs because I went like the day I landed in Paris. What happened was I did a full day of work on like Wednesday, and then we took like an overnight flight over to Paris. So between time zones and everything, we basically landed around noon on Thursday. The thing is, the only sleep I'd had was on the plane, and this was like Norwegian Air, so you know you don't get comfort unless you pay for it. And the hotel we were supposed to check into, it was booked under our friend's name, and she was still at work. So my other friend and I, we were like, yeah, sure, we're just gonna go explore Paris a little. We'll have lunch. Maybe we'll go check out the catacombs. And while we were down in the catacombs, first off, nothing is blocked off. All those skulls in the catacombs, like the walls that are built with them and such, that's all exposed. Second, when you're walking around, it's all cobblestones on the ground, and it's pretty uneven because it's all from like whenever they first built them. So there's a very high chance that if you are sleep-addled, you might trip over a stone and land face first into a wall of skulls. I'm not saying that happened to me. I am saying that almost happened to me. That looks like a clown nose. Let's say a clown nose. We now have a clown nose. No, we don't have a clown nose. Get the clown nose, George.
As I picked up the
There we
plastic
go.
ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Okay. We went further. What is this?
I scooped up the
Red
sodden
nose.
tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
You can hear the rat squeaking. This is just a nose.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
And that looks like part of a clown costume.
Maybe not.
Can we go up the ladder? Yes, we can. Oh. Oh.
Hi there. Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
I don't want to touch your sewer hand.
You won't catch me with tricks like that.
You got it
Keep
at
your
just fine.
distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
What is this? I don't understand what this leftmost picture is. You really want to go to the catacombs? You love ossuaries? I would strongly recommend going. It was pretty awesome. Maybe don't go when you're sleep-addled. But then again, me nearly tripping over myself and falling face first into things was very much a theme of my Paris trip. So I'm sure anyone else could do much better. We were looking for a clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu. That is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
He believed us surprisingly
that
easy.
still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Okay, there we go.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Jesus! Don't drop that line while I'm trying to drink. Thank you for the Hordian hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, Hordian. Wow, that fucking screwed up my brain. Imagine his waste pipe being a tourist attraction. You went to Disneyland, sleep-addled, and almost died by stroller. Ooh, yeah, Disneyland is a good place to die by stroller. The one cafe in Paris. Everyone knows which one it is. No other cafes in existence. They all have nowhere else to go for their daily lunch now.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type. Just like you.
Just like you.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
That's what you say.
I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist. How often does that work, I wonder?
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Please don't.
Bravo! You need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Real nice of you, my dude. Can we show him shit?
Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Man does not know what a clown is.
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
We showed him a tissue with snot.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You are up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck.
What if we show you the inspector's business card? Will you believe us, sir?
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say?
Are we pretending to be the inspector?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
You believed us way too quickly, my dude. Way too quickly.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron. But he did not know what he was up against. Oh no. He made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 6, 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Like a baby?
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
By Scooby-Doo rules, it's this guy. I would be happy to say it's this guy.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Ah, that is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair.
Really?
A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
That quick? That quick? You already sent it out for tailoring. Also, why would you send it off for tailoring?
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
No shit.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Honesty is its own reward, says the guy pretending to be a police inspector.
So the clown had escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
But we sent the guy off. We sent the guy off. We can't ask him about the clown anymore. Who is this person we can call?
Hello, Nico Collard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
George thinks he's gonna get it on.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there. But who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
And this is a new part. I'm surprised it just switched over to Nico like that, though. Like, just nice and easy. Boom. Okay, now we're Nico. Like, what if I needed to talk to the other guy, you know?
You have no messages.
What a sound. Oh, that just plays music.
It was a photograph of my father, the first one I ever took, with the first camera he ever bought me.
No, you don't need to sit down, Nico. I have no idea what she's doing. Have a good one, Dats. Thank you for stopping by.
My first Teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
It's true, though. Stuffed animals are the best loves you'll ever have. Can I? Ooh, I can check what's there. Hey, here's the elephant. This is a very spacious
carved
apartment.
by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
Imagine if we could put an elephant into the keyhole. But yeah, this is a pretty spacious French apartment. You think he grew into pet love, honestly? Pets are also less likely to betray you. However, pets still have needs to communicate, and they cannot communicate effectively. Stuffed animals just sit there for you when you need them.
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh, hello there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille. How could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly, everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous. I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
We have 7 pages of notes now. Carchon's organization have kept me under surveillance, but have chosen not to kill me. Yet. How about the costume killer? There's some kind of war going on. Alright, we could go to the Café de la Chantelle Verte, Rue Jarry, which is where we are right now, it's where she lives, or the Carchon residence. Let's go to the cafe.
The door was locked.
Do we have to go through the sewers as Nico? Can we go through the sewers as Nico? Oh, no. Things have changed now.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I wanted to see the crime scene for myself.
It's too dangerous. I am under strict instructions to stop gossip mongers and vandals from getting in.
But I'm a journalist.
Exactly. Didn't you hear what I just said?
What if I told you I was from the insurance company?
I'd ask for your ID.
Oh.
Smart man.
There was nothing I could do. The workman had everything under control. Hello, could I ask you some questions?
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story.
These are all men with mustaches, well, old white men, and I don't know who any of them are.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he
Oh.
won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
Right, well, this is him. Now that I know that basis, this is him.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
That was easy. Oh, wait. Was I actually supposed to do something here?
Hello?
Yes,
I need to take...
just give...
Oh, yes,
the police
I
have
sneak
removed
in.
the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
Ew.
Oops, stupid thing.
You think he didn't hear that out there?
Some journalists drink on the job, not me.
But what if it was served to you by an ass-kicking a sorry bartender?
A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
Can we get it?
From
Yes, we can.
behind the table were some damaged pipes. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. I was on the right track.
Can we
On
examine
the pouch
what's
was
inside?
the inside the...
Oh, wait. Oh, yes, we could examine what was in there.
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice on the locked panel in the room below the conciergerie.
And
Another
note.
coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon.
Yep, time to do it again. Wait, but that... It means it should be the same. I don't remember what's what anymore. You like this puzzle a lot? It is a fun kind of puzzle. It's more fun than the other puzzles we've had to do. I will grant that. I think this was L. I hope it was L. I could be wrong. Could be so very wrong. I'm going to assume that this E-looking thing is a consonant, so it's not a vowel. But actually, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. That should say Plantard. So N is this thing. T is this thing. R is the circle thing. And D is the U. There. That means this upside down U is E. And this weird N is probably I. And this is K. PRR. Per. This is a W. Yeah, so that is an O. This is an F. This is going to be an M. This weird leaf thing. I thought I already got the L. There we go. This is M. And this is U. Oh, no, this is U. And this is S. Vigilant? Yeah, that does look like it'd be vigilant. This is probably B. Broke. And that was Yamada. So, Y. This is H. Have. He will... I guess this is come for us now.
Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell a story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
The cold-blooded wife was behind it the entire time!
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
We are such a good person. Hey, Tech Master, how you doing today?
Hello?
Yes?
Have the police finished with the crime scene?
What does it look like? I got orders to board up the windows, and that's what I'm doing.
You're doing good? That is good to hear.
So the...
I certainly hope so, or it'll stink to high heaven when they take down these boards.
Shouldn't you check?
Are you kidding? They don't pay me enough to put up boards, let alone check for dead bodies.
Au revoir. It's been a bit of a long week, so I'm actually a little bit tired. And this game with its adventure logic bullshit has stumped me twice already. Twice? Maybe thrice. But otherwise, I'm doing pretty well. Glad to hear you're doing good. How was your
The
Subnautica
pipes
stream
weren't
earlier
going
today?
to help my investigation. There might have been clues down there, but I was relieved I didn't have a sewer key.
You want to talk to George? He's got one. Alright, how do we get back to the map?
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Oh shit. No, it's auto-driving us. What if I wanted to talk to Imelda? What if I wanted to talk to the evil wife?
The slab was too heavy for me to lift.
Oh no, we're gonna do all this again? We have to do all of this again? This is bullshit. I say this is bullshit.
I removed the shell case.
we have a key. Let's use the key. You got interrupted quite a few times by different stuff, but it was overall pretty good. You tried to raid, but you think you messed it up. Yeah, I mean, you just started, right? Yesterday was your first stream. It takes some time to get the hang of it. I'm a baby streamer myself, so look at me acting like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I hope it goes well for you. One thing I learned the first time I raid was, don't stop streaming before you raid.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
Paper
A
scraps.
photograph had been torn up. If I could just arrange the pieces.
More puzzles. You go here. Oh yeah, no, chat, the first time I tried raiding someone, Guinea in particular had a lot of fun at my expense for that. But you know, it's the kind of stuff that you learn as you do it. Do you usually stream like early? That goes here. You are here.
Oh my god. It can't be.
It's Daddy. It's Daddy and okay, this doesn't auto-connect.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father.
And?
Papa, oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon, while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
You don't really have a schedule yet because you want to see what your summer class will do first. Once you know what kind of time you have on your hands, you'll hopefully find a good time. Yeah, I mean, now is probably a really great time to just sort of mess around, see what works for you, what doesn't. Like, I've been going kind of hard lately. Like 6 days a week, so I'm learning I probably should cut back. That kind of thing. But...
I pushed against the door,
Ooh.
But it seemed to be locked.
Always a learning process.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
His unhappy
Very
face.
good, it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Wait, no, I want to talk to that guy. I want to talk to that guy walking around in the background, just walking his bike along. It's not letting me click on him.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street.
I tried the door, but it's locked.
You know, I've told the landlord about that 1,000,000 times. It is a damp. The whole building is like a sponge. It sucks up the moisture from God knows where.
You mean the door is stuck because it's swollen?
That is correct. There is an art to opening it. Don't shove too hard. Just give it a gentle nudge above the lock.
Thanks for the advice.
I think she just taught us how to break into the apartment building.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
I like his little talking animation. He seems so angry when he talks.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
That's scary. Let's ask about the clown shit.
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
I mean, rent being cheap is a very, very important reason to stay any place.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
This lady likes ass.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
She fits right
See you
in with
later.
the stream.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Alright, well, now we know how to break into the apartment.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock. Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
Ah, the audio quality dip in this game.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not gonna do that.
Oh, no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings. It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
Let's ask about the clown. Always ask about the clown.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cachon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death. Tell me more about yourself.
Begin the flirt!
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm
Ooh.
sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about
Yeah,
him.
you do.
He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Totally mind talking about, what you think he was involved in.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross,
Ew.
George. It says Larisse du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Let's also give her the costume scrap.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed a film I shot at the cafe. Here, George. It's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants.
That
The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh, no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
why would you go? Why would you go for a horseshoe? It looks more like a moon.
I found this tissue down the
We're
sewer.
gonna get the dirty talk.
That's disgusting, George.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Nope.
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do.
Yeah, Nico's full devil. She doesn't care about George.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Nico does not play.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint,
The
canvas,
vocal quality
paper.
change is always
Most
so
of my year
jarring.
turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
All right, with that, I think we've asked
I
everything
have
we
to
can.
go.
Okay. I'll see you later.
So I guess we're gonna go look for we're going to go look for this guy with
It was Nico's photograph of the man
this
we suspected
crescent-shaped
of killing
scar
Plantar.
on his around his eyes. But I am getting a little tired. I don't want to cut stream just yet. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is, if you'll bear with me a little,